Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Hawkeye Freefall, written by Matthew Rosenberg. The main idea of the story is that we have the return of Ronin, who has gone to war against the Hood. That very early on we discover that Ronin is Hawkeye. Now in the first two issues we sort of had like this mystery. How could Hawkeye be at the same place, being Hawkeye and Ronin, setting up situations where Hawkeye can say, hey look, Ronin's a different dude. Because the thing was that Ronin's actions were really hardcore. He was starting this one-man war against Marvel's Underground, especially, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, against the Hood. So what we discovered at the end of the second issue is that Hawkeye was using a time travel device stolen from Kang. So every time you would see both characters together, one was a time-displaced Clint. Now, thanks to a run-in that Ronin had with Spider-Man, the device is broken. So what's going to happen in these issues is that Hawkeye has to find a new way to be at two places at the same time. Another thing that happens in the first two issues is that Hawkeye kidnaps the Hood's computer guy, but he ends up going voluntarily because he sort of hates his boss. So what happens is, since this dude is like a super hacker, he discovers a new way to have Ronin back on the streets. And spoilers, because this story is worth reading. It's a lot of fun, especially the ending. It gets like very dark and serious when we have to deal with the ramifications of what Hawkeye has been doing. Because the thing is, during the beginning and at this moment of the story, he's like very gung-ho. So what happens is Hawkeye breaks into a SHIELD facility and steals a LMD, a life model decoy, of himself. So one obviously can be Hawkeye and the other be Ronin. But the thing is, the LMD, he's not okay. Like, he's not completely functional. So this is going to lead to Hawkeye having to find a new option. And what he does, he kidnaps a Skrull. His computer guy finds that S.H.I.E.L.D. had some tabs on a Skrull that was trying to live a normal human life and was actually even a street artist. So what happens is Hawkeye just goes in and kidnaps the guy. So now we have three people that can be Clint Barton at the same time. Now, ever since Hawkeye has started this war with the Hood, this has called the attention to most of the Avengers, like Luke Cage is keeping an eye on him. Now Black Widow pops up in this story. Spider-Man is also right on his heels. So what happens here is that we have Ronin going on one of his missions. He's going to completely clobber a ton of Hood's minions. When he breaks into the place, he finds everyone knocked out and Daredevil there. So we get this hilarious scenario where Daredevil knows he's dealing with Clint, but he doesn't realize that he's wearing the Ronin costume. And Clint is like, oh shit, my gig is up. So there he realizes, or he doesn't care that he's posing as Ronin, or he's blind and he has heightened senses. Now, on another mission, like Hawkeye can't go out alone on patrol anymore because they don't believe him that he's not Ronin. Especially Winter Soldier and Falcon, who really want to catch Clint red-handed, but they go on this mission. It's super cool to see Night Thrasher there too, even though he doesn't play much of a role in the story. The thing is that on this particular mission, Hawkeye is able to break away from the rest of the group. He breaks into the safe house and tries to go toe-to-toe alone against the Hood, and he fails miserably. He gets obliterated by Parker Robbins, almost killed. He's saved by the Winter Soldier. Then we have another stakeout where the heroes are trying to trap Ronin. So now we have Falcon, Winter Soldier, D-Man, Mockingbird, US Agent. And the thing is that everyone splits up into pairs. Hawkeye ends up with US Agent, and we get this hilarious moment where US Agent goes on and on how happy he is to be working with Hawkeye and that they should be good friends and so on and so forth. And Hawkeye nails him with a blunt arrow on the back of the head and knocks him out because he realizes that there are two Ronins running around, the LMD and the Skrull. The thing is, the Skrull was the one that's supposed to be out there, not the LMD. That one just broke out and started to improvise. So the thing is that the whole situation is getting totally out of control for Hawkeye, leading to Hawkeye murking the LMD. So they throw him into the river. Now we have one Ronin, but he switches costumes with Hawkeye. The thing is, out of nowhere, Spider-Man attacks Ronin. He's able to defeat him. He gets a mask. He discovers it's Clint Barton. So Spidey's like, what the hell, Clint? What are you doing? Why are you doing these things? And we get this hilarious line because Clint tells Spidey, look, I'm on a secret mission for Captain America. And Peter Parker sort of lets up. So we're going to leave things here because after this issue, issue 4, there's going to be like a change of tone in the series because Bullseye is going to be sent after Clint and the stakes are going to be really high. And you know that Bullseye is a real liability for Hawkeye. So we're going to leave things here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.